In today's fast-paced world, we're often taught the virtues of giving, sharing, and prioritizing generosity over personal interests. However, there's a warning against the dangers of being excessively kind and compassionate. If you're new to my channel, please support me by subscribing and liking the video. This helps me continue creating content like this in the future. Could excessive generosity potentially jeopardize our own lives? Today, we'll explore the unexpected negative effects that kindness can bring and unveil 8 things that happen when you're too good. Additionally, we'll introduce 4 Stoic strategies to prevent others from taking advantage of your kindness. 1. Unrealistic expectations. The Stoics emphasized accepting circumstances as they are and not basing happiness on others' actions. Giving without expecting too much in return avoids disappointment and promotes emotional detachment, leading to greater peace of mind. 2. Endless demands. The practice of moderation, cherished by Stoics, becomes an anchor amidst limitless demands. Balancing generosity helps maintain control over actions, preventing patterns that drain emotional well-being. Setting clear boundaries encourages responsible growth in others. 3. Prioritizing others over self. Living in accordance with reason and virtue, as advocated by the Stoics, involves setting boundaries and prioritizing essential responsibilities. Balancing generosity prevents sacrificing authenticity and well-being for others, fostering a meaningful and authentic life. 4. Perceived weakness. Cultivating inner strength and self-control, central to Stoicism, involves setting boundaries and practicing self-discipline. Constant giving might project vulnerability, making you susceptible to being taken advantage of. Saying no respectfully shifts perceptions, garnering respect for self-worth. 5. You'll have many buts. As you become someone willing to help unconditionally, people around you may start to notice. However, this attention can have a dark side. Those who once considered you a good friend might begin excluding you from social activities, reserving your presence only for when they need something. While this behavior may seem ruthless, from a pragmatic perspective, it's not surprising. People rarely invite employees or collaborators to share leisure moments. Instead, these invitations typically extend to close friends, family, or those with whom they share a genuine and equitable relationship. This change in how you are treated can be disconcerting and, in many ways, unfair. However, from a Stoic perspective, this behavior becomes a test of discernment. It challenges you to recognize who genuinely values your friendship and appreciation and who is simply taking advantage of your generosity. It's important to remember that Stoicism doesn't advocate becoming cynical or distrustful. Instead, it encourages cultivating a deep understanding of human nature. Through discernment, you can choose to help those who truly need it and will value your support genuinely. By doing so, you not only preserve your own energy and resources but also surround yourself with people who appreciate you for who you are, not just for what you can give them. 6. Attracting needy people only. According to the Stoics, our actions and thoughts emit an energy that attracts individuals with similar resonances. When we cultivate a positive mental and emotional state, we radiate elevated vibrations, drawing equally positive and genuine individuals towards us. However, when we give indiscriminately and exhaust ourselves emotionally and physically, our energy weakens, and we begin to vibrate at a lower frequency. This attracts needy people who approach us solely to fulfill their own needs. Moreover, this low frequency also attracts opportunists, individuals with no intention or resources to help but who see us as an easy source to get what they want. The key, according to Stoic philosophy, lies in discernment and self-discipline. We must learn to recognize when we are giving excessively and depleting our own energies. This involves setting clear boundaries and practicing moderation in our generosity. By doing so, we maintain our vibrations at a higher frequency, attracting people who value our authenticity and are willing to contribute reciprocally to the relationship. Being aware of our energies and practicing balanced generosity allows us to cultivate authentic and mutually beneficial relationships based on reciprocity, respect, and genuine mutual appreciation, rather than one-sided exploitation. 7. You could fall into addiction. When the Stoics warn us about the possibility of falling into addiction, they remind us that moderation and self-control are essential for maintaining a balanced and healthy life. In the context of generosity, practicing self-discipline protects us from addictive patterns that can arise when we constantly feel drained and needy due to our overextension. Living in accordance with Stoic principles, we recognize that generosity must be balanced. Giving without measure and without restraint can deplete our emotional and physical reserves, leading us to seek relief in addictive behaviors such as overeating, excessive drinking, or excessive gaming. Stoic philosophy teaches us to pay attention to warning signs coming from those close to us. If a trusted person points out that we are turning too often to certain behaviors, we should take those observations seriously. While our initial reaction might be denial, especially when caught in the cycle of incipient addiction, these concerns come from a genuine place of care and love. Accepting these observations with humility and gratitude is a crucial step toward self-awareness and personal growth. By doing so, we are applying Stoic philosophy in action, implementing the principles of moderation and self-control to avoid falling into addictive traps that could undermine our health and well-being. Always remember that people who care about us do so with the intention of helping us overcome challenges and move towards a fuller and more meaningful life. Taking their observations seriously demonstrates a profound consideration for our own well-being and a genuine commitment to our long-term personal growth and happiness. 8. You'll elicit suspicion. Stoicism encourages us to act virtuously regardless of how others may perceive us. By focusing on living in harmony with our principles and values, we build a genuine reputation that withstands unfounded suspicions. While we may wish things were different, the truth is that genuinely kind people are not abundant in this world. If you're one of them, you might elicit suspicion rather than admiration and gratitude. It won't be long before your kindness raises questions about your intentions and hidden motives. Not revealing everything to everyone means you've encountered a group of skeptical individuals. Not necessarily cynical, but more likely realistic. Most overly enthusiastic people tend to hide such sinister intentions that it's better to stay away from them and forego the help they want to provide. Now, let's delve into the strategies to avoid people taking advantage of you. Strategy 1. Listen to your feelings. They're speaking to you. Based on Stoic self-awareness principles, pay attention to your emotions and feelings. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-reflection to understand your reactions and needs. By listening to your feelings, you can identify if you're giving excessively and emotionally draining yourself. This allows you to adjust your approach and find a healthy balance. How you feel when helping others, while also considering yourself and prioritizing your well-being, is an altruistic act that should make you feel like you're walking on clouds. So, if you ever feel overwhelmed, drained, angry, or used, it's time to pay attention to your feelings. If something, to which you're not obligated, causes such discomfort, it's necessary not to deceive yourself and discover how the help you're providing affects your well-being. Strategy 2. Lose the fear of the word no. Following Stoic teachings, acknowledge that your time and energy are valuable and must be consciously and balancedly allocated. Saying no in situations where you feel overwhelmed or when the request is unfair is a way to exercise self-control. Although the word no is often associated with negative behavior and pessimism, it's normal to find it challenging to say no. However, the negativity will become a part of your life if you don't develop the ability to say this word. When someone demands more than you can give, practice in front of a mirror and convince yourself that it's the only way to regain your freedom and avoid unnecessary and potential risks. Strategy 3. There's time and space for you, respect them. In line with Stoic principles of self-discipline and self-respect, it's essential to set aside time and space for self-care. Do what you enjoy, practice yoga, draw, listen to music while sipping tea, whatever motivates you. Finish your obligations as soon as possible so you can practice this self-care. This is something you must take very seriously, almost as seriously as scheduling this time daily or weekly. Therefore, if someone asks for help during that time, they must be very respectful and cooperative with you, not with the task. Strategy 4. Identify energy vampires and distance yourself. Following Stoic principles of self-discipline and discernment, it's crucial to recognize which relationships benefit you and which may emotionally drain you. By distancing yourself from people who constantly deplete your energy without contributing positively, you're safeguarding your own well-being and applying Stoic self-control in your relationships. If you try to help an energy vampire, understand that it won't work. These individuals overwhelm you with complaints, pains, and a catastrophic view of life. Forget about helping them. They don't want to solve their problems because that would mean stopping their complaints, an intolerable notion. In conclusion, in life, the best measure for things is often the middle ground. Generosity is no exception. If we give too little, we appear selfish and stingy. If we give too much, we end up completely drained, emotionally, physically, and probably financially. So, lean towards the grays, which remain the preferred shades when finding a balance between prioritizing others and ourselves. And when in doubt, always remember the magical word no, especially if someone is offering to drive you home from the drive-thru. If you enjoyed our video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment so that YouTube knows that this type of content helps people like you, allowing us to continue creating similar videos in the future. In mastering the art of saying no stoically, you're not only protecting yourself from potential pitfalls but also preserving your well-being and cultivating meaningful relationships. By practicing self-discipline, discernment, and moderation, you can navigate the complexities of human interactions with authenticity, integrity, and a Stoic mindset. Remember, saying no is not a rejection of others but a powerful affirmation of your own values and a commitment to living a balanced and purposeful life.